You reached out to Top Rank before for a fight with me and Tank.
For a fight with you and Tank, yeah.
And when did this happen?
I mean, years ago.
Okay.
Years ago.
Are you sure? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, it was years ago. It didn't go very far at all because
So if Bob Aaron was to get into the conversation, he's going to agree with this.
I don't know what he's going to say.
Okay. See, that's the thing with boxing, though, bro.
Yeah, that's where the gray area happens. Man.
Yeah, it's like that's what I'm trying to say. Like the fighters want to fight each other, but if we want to fight each other, it's all types of miscommunications and promoters having beef with each other. Where it's like we don't know about it, but it's like, come on now, bro.
I mean, so you and Tank have verbally said to each other, "Let's fight."
He said he was gonna do something to me.
Okay.
He said he was gonna do something to the houseboy from North.
Okay.
So I was in his 6-fight deal that he supposedly had. I don't know what happened to the 6-fight deal. I don't know what happened after that, but you work with him, right? So since y'all work together, Tank, yeah. Since y'all work together, am I in the plans? Because I want to fight.
I'll tell you this. Tank has definitely said repeatedly, I want to fight Shakur.
So
I want to fight Shakur.
If that's the case, if I'm a free agent now, I'm doing whatever I want, I'm going here fighting these guys, am I in the plans? Like, is this 6-fight deal something that's real, or was that like...
Shakur's definitely in that plan.
Okay.
And
I'm there, so it's going to happen.
Shakur just would have...
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So you just heard Olympic silver medalist, 3-division undefeated world champion, former unified super featherweight, and reigning WBC lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, Shakur Stevenson, who has 24 wins, no loss and no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout. Shakur Stevenson just completely exposed Steven Espinoza, former Showtime president of sports, who represents undefeated 3-division world champion, 5-time world champion, superstar boxer, who is the reigning WBA lightweight world champion, Gervonta Tank Davis, who is 30 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 28 wins by way of knockout. And as you see, Shakur Stevenson is on Sway. Shouts out to Sway. And Steven Espinoza's on there. Shakur Stevenson puts Steven Espinoza on the spot, and you can clearly tell Steven Espinoza is not telling the truth. You can clearly tell that Steven Espinoza is lying. Shakur Stevenson says, you reached out to Top Rank and Bob Arum to make a fight with me and Tank, and Steven Espinoza starts stumbling over his words and start making the claims that they reached out to them some years ago. But Steven Espinoza just stated not a few months ago that they reached out to Shakur and his team to make a fight with Tank Davis before Tank Davis ended up fighting Lamont Roach in March of this year. He fought Lamont Roach March of this year. Okay, and they began negotiations late in 2024. And that's when they claimed that they kicked the tires on a possibility of fighting Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson said somebody did reach out, but that was it. That was all. Then Steven Espinoza states that it was years ago. Years ago, Shakur Stevenson recently just came to 135. So how many years ago? Because Tank Davis stated that he couldn't make 130 anymore. So how many years ago was it that Tank Davis team and Steven Espinoza reached out to Bob Arum and Top Rank to make a fight with Shakur Stevenson, who was fighting at 130? Right? When Tank Davis said, I'll go back down to 130 after he fought Rolly Romero and fight Shakur Stevenson. Then afterwards he said he can't make the weight. Okay, Shakur Stevenson made his debut at 135 in 2023 against Yoshino. Okay, in April of 2023. So how many years ago did they reach out to Bob Arum? Okay, then he says, so Bob Arum would confirm this, and he says, I don't know what Bob Arum would say. Now, that's a possibility. But then he says, what about the 6-fight deal? Am I part of the deal? Oh, I'll tell you this. Tank has said that he wants to fight Shakur. Well, is the deal real and am I a part of it? He doesn't answer the question. If the deal was real, and they had a massive deal on the table, and Tank Davis had this massive deal, they would be screaming to the heavens about this deal. They'll be proud of it. That lets you know the deal is not real. Another thing is, he says, yeah, we reached out, but it didn't go very far because, and Shakur said because it wasn't, he never answered the question. What do you mean it didn't go very far? Why didn't it go very far? Because Shakur was fighting at 130, or it was another 130 pounder that they was looking to bring up to 135, like they did Hector Garcia and Lamont Roach. This makes absolutely no sense. And Shakur Stevenson exposed Steven Espinoza, and you can tell from his responses and his answers that he was lying. It's nasty work, man. It's nasty work. Period. Point blank and period. Let's listen again. It just sounds ridiculous what Steven Espinoza was saying.
Before? For a fight with me and Tank.
For a fight with you and Tank, yeah.
And when did this happen? You reached out to Top Rank before? For a fight with me and Tank.
Now, this is always how you know when a person is lying, because they're trying to buy themselves some time when they repeat the question back to you that you asked them. Hey, man, did you eat my slice of pizza? Did I eat your slice of pizza? You know they're lying right now. So Shakur's saying, you reached out to Top Rank to make a fight for me and Tank. He goes, I reached, yeah, I did that. Yeah. No, he didn't. It's lying.
For a fight with you and Tank, yeah.
And when did this happen?
Years ago.
No date. Right? If he was telling the truth, he would say, "Oh, that happened. We reached out to you to make your team to make a deal to fight Tank Davis. That was right before Tank Davis fought X, Y, and Z." He didn't say that. He said, "Oh, it was years ago." Like he has no recollection of when that took place. To give you an example, when Terrence Crawford was open to fighting Jaron Ennis before he fought Errol Spence and in between David Avanesian, if you ask Terrence Crawford, "Hey, was you open to fighting Jaron Ennis?" "Yeah, before I fought Errol Spence, after I fought David Avanesian. We was looking to make it happen." Just that simple. If you ask Jaron Boots Ennis or Brian Norman Jr., was you looking to make a fight happen? If you ask Brian Norman Jr. and Brian Norman Sr., was you looking to make a fight happen with Jaron Boots Ennis? Yeah. Before, after we fought, Santillan, and right before we fought Jin Sasaki, we was looking to make that deal. It's just that simple. Imagine Brian Norman Sr. saying, "Yeah, we looked to make that happen some years ago." What? You're going to know exactly what a fight of that magnitude. You're going to remember exactly when you reached out. Just like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather can tell you, before I fought X, Y, and Z fighter, I reached out to Manny Pacquiao and I offered him $50 million guaranteed, and I said I'll wire it to him right now, and he turned it down. He going to remember like this because it's the magnitude of the fight. It's a big fight. So he says years ago, Shakur just came into 135 2 years ago. And you just said that y'all had conversations with Shakur Stevenson's team before he fought Lamont Roach. So what are you talking about? You would say his response, a correct response, if he was telling the truth, he would say, that was the second time. We just had a conversation with y'all some months ago, your team, and then prior to that, we had conversations. He didn't say none of that. That's how you know he's not telling the truth. And then he says, "Oh, well, you know, it didn't go very far." It didn't go very far because he didn't want to commit to saying Bob Arum should tell you that, right? If this was Eddie Herman telling you the truth, Eddie Herman would say, "Yeah, Bob Arum should tell you that's the truth. If he don't tell you that, he's lying to you." He didn't say that. He said, "I don't know what Bob Arum said." Yeah, because you know Bob Arum's not going to agree with what you're saying because you know it's not the truth.
You reached out to Top Rank before for a fight with me and Tank.
For a fight with you and Tank, yeah.
And when did this happen?
Years ago.
Okay.
Years ago.
Are you sure? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, it was years ago. It didn't go very far at all because
So if Bob,
it didn't go very far at all because and then he leaves it at that. Because you know what? Why didn't it go very far? He didn't say it didn't go very far because your team turned it down. He just said it didn't go very far because, you know what?
But it didn't go very far at all because,
So if Bob Aaron was to get in,
Come on, man. We already know what it is. And that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV. All one word. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.